I love this comment from my fuckable chart. Here's the video. This is from Gdaddy7096. I love when people give me intelligent answers. By the way, I have very small breasts. I'm like a C cup. I know I look huge, but I'm not. I look huge. Okay. I invite you to consider the male perspective. The male mating strategy is unlimited access to unlimited variety. Almost nobody can pull that off, though, so most men will settle for what they can get, which is anything but unlimited and anything but varied. The female mating strategy is to acquire the attention and resources from highest quality partner or provider they can get. Perhaps supplemented on the side with free additional external attention and validation from other men, preferably without providing anything in return other than their presence. A work husband is one example. DMs with strangers is another example. The purpose of her friend zone is to obtain additional attention and validation on the self-serving and one-way basis. Now, I do think I'm going to continue. I'm going to disagree, though, because he forgot to say that females often have to settle for what they can get, okay? And that not all women look for validation from other men. Some women do that. Most women don't want attention from men they're not interested in. I don't. In fact, I'm single, and there's no way for men to contact me. I mean, yeah, I'm showing my boobs right now and my abs, but I usually don't show that. You know, I just got back from running and the Pilates. I usually don't show anything. Usually I'm just from the neck up. So I never had a work husband. I never DM'd with strangers. I never had men in a friend zone. So that's just some women. So I'm going to disagree with him. But I think his comment is still interesting. So let's continue. As a group, men seek plotless sex porn with 6 to 10 minutes in duration, for obvious reasons. There is no telling what percentage of marriages or long-term relationships that Pornhub has enabled to continue that would otherwise have ended in starvation, or how many single men have been saved by Pornhub from living in absolute frustration and anger. We should probably send flowers. If anyone is interested, most men usually forget the performers' faces and any specifics of what they just saw within 10 minutes of usage. That's how meaningless it was to them. There is no relationship of any kind, so that betrayal of the monogamous relationship really is no threat to the interests of their partners. She literally didn't mean anything to him. And I like that a lot because it's really good for women to know that for men, sex like that is not personal the way it is for us, that it's just an image that he's using to get off on. So just because it feels threatening doesn't mean that it is. Of course, we evolved at a time where a man looking at another woman was a real threat, but this is just an image on a screen. Let's continue. Women have their own unrealistic fantasies too. They tend to seek far more intricate relationship porn, daytime drama, RHOC, Real Housewives of, I think that's a Real Housewives show, 90 Day Fiancé, Kardashians, famous for being famous, bodice ripping, romance novels, etc. Those fantasies involve other men who don't belong to her, but by the same token, those men don't really mean anything to her beyond that moment. So the female usage of relationship porn provides the female disloyalty parallel to the male usage of sex porn. And I think he has a good point, because women often will feel some kind of attraction to a celebrity, or they read their romance novels, and so they're forming an emotional bond with the character in the novel, whoever fantasy they is, or maybe Christian Grey or some actor, and they're not fucking the guy, but it's also the same way of being disloyal as the husband is who's watching the porn, right? I think he makes a good point. And men are not usually jealous when women read romance novels in the same way that women are jealous when men are watching porn. Maybe because men realize it's not really a threat and the book isn't real or something. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's continue. So getting back to your graph for men for the recreation zone, or rather the fuck zone, any man will do a 4 if that's all that's on offer that day. A female 2 might not be able to pull it off some days though. Sometimes even guys have standards. So that's the third gentleman who let me know that men won't go to a 2, they'll go to a 4. So I've updated my graph to show a 4 as the minimum standard. And again, ladies, you have to know, just because he fucked you doesn't mean he would date you. You might just be his 4. For the relationship zone, the sweet spot for most men is a HWP, and I don't know what that means. HWP 6 or 7 in a $20 sundress, sandals, and a hair makeup routine of no more than 20 minutes tops. Friendly, easygoing, is capable of respecting their man and still enjoys sex. Rudimentary cooking skills, doesn't live like a pig, and isn't constantly treating their man as a never-ending remodeling project. That's not an 80-line bucket list like women often specify, but each line that remains is significant. He ain't going to get the ick if she snorts when she laughs, or she gets carsick on a winding country road. Now, again, this is a very interesting comment, ladies, because so many women do all the stuff. They, even on the escort ads, I do not know why these ladies buy $1,000 shoes, the Louboutins, because they think it'll help them get better clientele. When I was an escort, these guys would pay me like $1,000 for an appointment. I might just wear a bikini and no makeup because that's what they like, okay? I'm just saying, guys are not always looking for... They don't care. They don't care that you got a $2,000 purse. In fact, they might think you're stupid for wasting your money on a purse. And they don't care. So I think this drives the point home so perfectly. And what I've been trying to tell women, this gentleman is saying it better than I ever could. I'm going to give him a lot of credit because I really like it when people are so thoughtful and invest so much time in the comments. Like Ken of Ken does that also. And Scott, the gentleman from that swims in the ocean in the summer. I forgot his last name. He leaves really good comments, and Gdaddy has left a good comment. I really appreciate when people, I want to appreciate the effort that you put into putting your thoughts down on paper and taking the time to write this. This is a real contribution to the channel and to all of our knowledge. Okay, so now he's saying again, for a relationship zone, the sweet spot for most men, I have to look up HWP. Height, weight, proportionate. Okay. So, like, don't be too dumpy, but, this really goes to saying, because a lot of the women that I see that are married, they're not that hot. They're a little bit on the dumpy side, like a little bit heavier set, curvy. So, and they're not rich, but, men still want to marry them. So here. For the relationship zone, the sweet spot for most men is a height-weight proportionate 6 or 7. 6 or 7 out of 10. And a $20 sundress. Not a $500 dress and $1,000 shoes and $2,000 purse, ladies. $20 sundress. Sandals. And a hair makeup routine of no more than 20 minutes tops. Okay? Not all this time primping and pampering. I think this guy would like me. I don't even know if he's hot, but I think he would like me because that sounds like me. Okay. Friendly, easygoing, is capable of respecting their man and still enjoy sex. That's it. You don't have to, they don't require that much. You don't have to be a chef. Rudimentary cooking skills. Isn't living like a pig and isn't constantly treating their man like a never-ending remodeling project. I think that means always trying to change him, or does it mean always trying to get him to do honey-do lists around the house? Not nagging, okay? Just enjoy him, appreciate him, have fun with him. Okay, that's a short list. He says women have longer lists, and it's true. And he's not going to get grossed out if you snort when you laugh. He's not going to get grossed out that easily. This is important for the ladies to hear. Now, here's for the ladies that do all the primping, which I find a turn off. I'm telling you, for having worked with men for so many years and my sugar daddies and stuff, at least the guys that are attracted to me, they like the all-natural look, like the way I look right now. They love that. They don't want all that fakiness. There are guys who want all that fakiness too, but those guys, I don't like guys like that anyway. But let's continue. Let him have the floor. Let me shut up. Most men know better than to give any consideration for an LTR, that's long-term relationship, to any high-maintenance 9 or 10. Such a relationship is way more work than it's worth. Fending off the never-ending stream of guys hitting on her. Waiting for her to get bored or find a better deal for herself. Boob implants, butt implants, the crazy makeup and eyelashes, the industrial-grade underwires. No man who you could make a home with puts any of those attributes at the top of their list for LTRs. Nor would you want to introduce that kind of guy to your family. I agree, because a guy who's into all that is not a guy that you'd want to bring home. They're very superficial. Oh, and in case anyone is wondering, for guys, the wait is never worth it. Okay, now I don't know what he means with that. For guys, the wait is never worth it. The wait for what? I'm not sure. I really like this comment, so just wanted to read it. Thanks for watching my video, you guys. And thank you, Gdaddy7096. I have no idea who he is, by the way. I just like the comment.